tip today. As you know, we're in these challenging times, but we as a business want to make the most of this and make sure we're doing everything we can to support our candidates and clients. So with these challenges, we need to make sure as many interviews are happening as possible. Now, you have been probably experiencing that a lot of clients are shutting down and not letting candidates come on site. So we need to offer them alternative options and make them aware that these alternative options are there and that we're going to support them through that. So such as Skype, video interviewing, WhatsApp calls, FaceTime, there's loads of different options out there. So we need to be aware though that this type of interview, like I'm doing here via a camera, is quite different to if you're actually sitting face to face with someone. So key things you need to be aware of is when you're actually doing a video interview or a Skype interview, there is a lack of physical presence. If you're just talking to a phone, it's like you're just talking to a robot. So you want to be able to show your personality as much as possible. Rapport building can be more challenging because although you can see the person on the screen, it is a little bit more tricky to exactly read them. And I suppose a massive benefit is it's a two-way conversation. So it's a live two-way conversation that's going on. So the key do's about carrying out a Skype interview or anything like that is make sure that you have these ears switched on. You need to be listening carefully to the content and the speech and the tone, volume and speed of the client or the candidate. So just make sure that you take on that board. Make sure that you're portraying your personality, your charisma and your enthusiasm. So just remember, it's just like you're face to face with the client. If you use hand gestures, use them whilst you're on obviously the camera. Make sure that you speak as clearly and as confidently as possible. My advice is maybe slow your speech down slightly in comparison to if you were face to face with someone. Look into the camera as much as possible. We can't do eye contact because we're not in front of the person, but the camera is your eye contact. So make sure you give as much eye contact. Dress smartly. So again, we sometimes assume I'm doing this at home. Don't sit there in your pajamas. Put your professional outfit on that you would be going to an interview in. Good benefit is as well, if you've got any notes, you can actually have those notes in front of you and you can obviously refer back to them. I would suggest maybe having a little bit of a practice run through. So number one, make sure your tech works. So log in, maybe have a practice with a colleague or a family member, run a practice interview to test the connection, but also test what you look like in the camera. If you're using a laptop, always make sure that you have a charger to hand and make sure it's plugged in. You don't want to lose battery. Ensure, sounds obvious, that the lighting's correct, that actually you can again be seen correctly. And as I said, just try your best to treat it like a normal interview. Don't differ it. The key things I would say to be aware of that you don't want to do in this situation, it can be easy to get distracted. Something pops up, the phone rings, the doorbell. Try and stay as focused on the situation or let those around you know that you're going to be having this interview and not to be distracted. The one thing is as well, when you're doing Skype, you may be able to see your face, or FaceTime, you may be able to see your face. So there is the option on some of these tech to actually be able to remove your face so you can't see yourself as you're talking. That can be a bit off-putting. So as I said, these are just some of the tactics and tips I would say to take on board if you're doing a video type interview. Good luck with your interview.
I am the one and only.